What it means to be truly wealthy is to have light, not false light. True light is the light that you seek within. It's what you are. It's not what you put on. The material world is the false light. It is the demiurge. It is the matter-based entities that we place as a cloak of righteousness on ourselves to try and portray that we have true light. However, the real light or the real wealth or the real gold is through the heart chakra, which is the real green, not the green that comes from trees, but the green that comes from the knowledge of the trees, not the gold that comes from the material gold, but from the light that creates the gold. What it means to have a cloak of righteousness is to clothe yourselves in the fashion of righteousness, meaning that you're putting on the outfit, but there is nothing within you. If you are walking into a building and you are allowing a man or a woman to speak life over you, that is not seeking the true light. The true light is within. It is not with buildings made by man's hands. You cannot obtain the wealth of knowledge if you are not seeking light. And again, if you are not seeking light, that means that you are not of the light, because only those of the light are seeking light. Those that don't want to seek light or don't want knowledge or don't want a spiritual awakening are truly in the dark, meaning that they are empty, listless vessels with no light in them. The material world and money is not true wealth. Having gold, having money, having riches is truly what it means to be spiritually poor, because even having all of those things to cloak yourself is to basically try and exude the light from the outward appearance versus you embodying the light from within. And when this physical material world begins to pass away, as people are seeing earthquakes in different places and they're seeing all of these solar flares and natural phenomena happening, and they're failing for fear of the things that are coming upon the earth, they have not been in touch with the light, and therefore they are fearful of the things that are coming. But those of you who have been seeking the light all this time because you are a part of the light, you are not failing for fear. You are ready for the transition because you understand that these things shall pass away, heaven and earth. Those of us who are of the light, we feel a tremendous burden by the world because of all the tragedy and the things that are happening. And we're looking around like there has to be something better than this because we are of the light. Those that can sit around with everything going on and they say, hey man, there's no solution. We just have to do what we have to do. And it is what it is, are not of the light. They are content in the darkness and they do not seek to have anything better. They don't want this world to pass away, because in order for them to have the material wealth, which is the false light, engaging that, they have to remain in the darkness. When you are a true being of light, love is the ultimate and it is the supreme and it's the only way. So if you're living in a world of darkness, of course you're going to seek something higher. That's not depression. Okay. Just because you're sad for being here is not depression. It's not that you want to unalive yourself. It means that you are a being of love and light and you want something better than what this material world has to offer. These people will have you thinking that this is the way that we're supposed to be living our lives, when that is absolutely not true. Those of us that are light seekers are the ones that are causing this transition into the fifth dimensional portal. And we will usher in this new dimension through love, through elevation, through confession and forgiveness of our heart chakra, so that we can lighten our frequency and be light as a feather, mayat, for the next world, which will be a light world. If you are seeking knowledge and this message found you, that means that you are in the light. You can tell the difference between the people who are not of the light and who are of the light by their fruits. And it is the people that don't want to hear it. This is their fruits. The people who are not seeking truth, this is their fruit. If they don't want the light, they are not seeking any alternative knowledge other than what's being regurgitated to them. That means that they are not of the light. And that means that they are not of you. And by their fruits shall you know them, because that means that they are not a part of what you are, which is truth and knowledge and wealth through the light of information and knowledge. The material world is not the real world. Everything is frequency and light on a quantum level. So when you talk about this world that we see, this is an illusion. At this particular point in time in history, if you are not seeking something higher within yourself or higher than yourself, and you're only seeking material gain, which is money or wealth, and you're only concerned about this material world, which is getting ready to pass away, then you are not of the light. You have already been separated. You are just the clay. Okay, that means that you are an empty vessel. That means that there is no light in you, and there is no use in you casting your pearls to swine and people who don't seek the knowledge. When they tell you to shut up when you're trying to teach them something, or you're sharing information that could be vital to them and they don't want to hear it, it is because there is no light in them. If you have knowledge, meaning that if you have light, that means that you are wealthy. Okay. Light is worth more than material gold. Okay. It is the things that are going to save you when it all tumbles down. People have made a joke of the things that are righteous, learning about the trees, learning about how to cultivate, how to grow plants, how to be one with nature. They've turned it into a parody, right? But at the end of the day, when the food is cut off and you can't go to the grocery store and you don't have any money and you can't go out to McDonald's or any of these other places that you like to typically go that'll prepare your food, what are you going to do? Are you going to turn to those people who you've been calling Mother Nature and all those derogatory words that you like to call us, those that are seeking a higher knowledge and understanding how to connect with nature? Okay, you're not going to be able to go to those places because those places won't be available for you. You're going to have to learn how to depend on the land, and that means that you're going to have the light and knowledge to be able to do so. So it's not so funny anymore when those things are no longer available to you. The solar flares that are gearing up, that are getting stronger and stronger every day, that have people jumping online talking about the Schumann resonance and the solar flares and the solar flashes, are indicators that we are headed to this major solar flash, which is going to be the major solar reset. And that reset is going to be a reset of light. And only those who have allowed the light of knowledge and information and light in their feather, which is their frequency or their light body or their kingdom of God that is within them, is going to be able to meet that light where it is. So we're headed to that place, and we are going to be in a judgment of the light itself. And the light is going to separate the wheat from the tares, which means those people who are empty, listless vessels, who are nothing but clones or material bodies, will be separated from those who are truly of the light. What it means by straight is the gate and narrow is the way that leads to life, and few there be that find it, means that the path to destruction is wide and vast. It's everywhere. It's on every corner. Okay. That's why when you go to neighborhoods, you see a church on every corner. There's religion everywhere. It's readily available. Why? Because that is the religion. It is a spirituality that is a cloak of righteousness. It is not true light. To seek the light, you must go within, not in buildings made with hands. So the wide gate that leads to destruction is what's readily available. The narrow gate is you finding and seeking truth because you are a being of light and love, because you want something higher. And that means going outside of the typical of what you've been taught or what you have come to learn as truth. When everybody is saying, no, 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 you say yes, yes, yes. When the entire world is telling you that that is a lie because it's not on Google, and you decide that you're going to seek the truth and the truth is telling you one thing, that is the thing that you need to follow, because that means you are leading with love. That means that you are leading with your heart because you want something different, and that it is not enough to satisfy the light that is within you, what's been taught in the world. That is the true nature of those that are of the light. And if you are not of that pack right now, I'm sorry to tell you that you never will be. Okay. And we're coming upon a time where it's going to be a separation of those two groups of people, those that are the seekers of the light and naturally a part of the light, and those that are not. The narrow path is the heart chakra. It is the green energy, like the trees that are surrounding me. It is the love and the heart of the mother, which means that you must confess and forgive in order for you to lighten your feather. And this is the true marker of those who are of the light and those who are of love and of the heart of the mother, is those that are seeking the truth, those that are seeking knowledge. And if you are here right now listening to these words, that means you are a seeker. If it lands on your For You page, that means your algorithm is cured in order for you to be able to find this information. So I would say with these last words, be ready, okay? Lighten your load. Do the work that is necessary for you to lighten your load and lighten your frequency and your vibration so that you can be an energetic match for the sun's frequency when we have the great solar flash. I hope you enjoy this message. Peace, love, and light.